Hey there, my name is Peter and this is my review of Diabetes Destroyer. Diabetes is caused by an imbalance of glucose and insulin from within your body. Basically, your body has too much sugar and isn't producing enough insulin to keep your glucose levels down to where they should be. Medications can help you live a somewhat normal life, but they only help with the symptoms and not the underlying biological problem that's causing you to have diabetes in the first place. There's also no guarantee that your diabetes won't get worse even if you do take the medication. The Diabetes Destroyer program aims to lower your blood sugar naturally through changes in your diet by teaching you how to live glucose-free, treating it as a toxin that should be avoided at all costs. That's not all though. It also promises to kickstart your pancreas into producing more insulin. When you have diabetes, your pancreas is surrounded by deposits of fat, reducing the amount of insulin it's able to produce. This is the main target of the Diabetes Destroyer program, to get rid of the fat surrounding your pancreas and eventually getting it working like new again. I highly recommend Diabetes Destroyer. Click the link below to visit the official website. Thanks.
Hello everyone. I first want to introduce myself. My name is John and I once suffered from diabetes. Medical bills were piling up like crazy though due to the doctor visits I had to go to every 5 weeks, and getting my infusion shots was a must. Until I came across the official Diabetes Destroyer, I learned how to reverse my type 2 diabetes and keep my sugar levels right back on track. I no longer have to monitor it whatsoever. I learned how to jumpstart my pancreas so that it'll produce enough insulin for my body to absorb naturally. Having diabetes was a pain in the rear, but not anymore. I can now live my life burden-free. That also means more cash in my pocket due to no more medication and expensive doctor visits. I honestly don't think anyone should suffer from diabetes anymore. So do yourself a favor and your wallet a favor and look into this program at officialdiabetesdestroyer.com. It's the best investment I ever made. Click the link in the description and get a discount on this program at the end of the video. Hopefully, I'll be able to help someone that was once like me. Goodbye and good luck.
If you're ready to take action now, please click on the link below this video for more information.